Hey everybody, welcome to the Ronline Report. Today's guest I have not had on since the early days of the Ronline Report, 2017. And man, a lot has changed with this young man from Canada. Please welcome Regan Grimes. How are you, Regan?
Very good, man. Thanks for having me on today. Yes, it's been a minute, hasn't it? Wow.
July 2017. That was our last time we talked.
Yeah. July 17. So that would be before I did what? My pro open.
I think you had just done your pro debut in Chicago, or you were just about to. It was definitely Vancouver would have been earlier in that season, right?
Right.
Yeah, Vancouver's usually like in June, I think. And, Tampa's July. So that was your rookie season. You actually had a really good rookie season. 5th place in Chicago Pro, 2nd place in Vancouver, 5th place in Tampa Pro. That was a nice. Oh, you're 22 at the time, 24 at the time.
24, yeah.
24, yeah. So here you are in Alicante, Spain, still. And is that where you are still?
Well, so now, Alicante is where the Spain Pro was held.
Yeah.
And then now I'm staying right now in Valencia, Spain. So it's about 3 hours, I believe, north of Alicante, and it's kind of similar, maybe a little bit bigger of a city than Alicante is. Nice place, got a gym here, so training, and just right now preparing for the Romania Pro.
Yeah.
So So the reason I ended up doing the Spain Pro and I ended up staying here was because, if I had to go back home to Canada, I'd have to quarantine for 2 weeks, and then make that big flight back to Romania, which is like 20 hours. Whereas from here, it's a couple hours, 2-3 hours, right there, direct. So, I mean, it's definitely an experience staying here. It's beautiful weather. Canada's the weather is getting cold over there.
Yeah, I imagine Spain doesn't have any winter yet. Anyway,
no.
Eventually they'll have like a winter. But man, so let's sum up your career as a pro real quickly. We just talked about your rookie season. Then you came back in 2018. It was the Classic Physique Experiment.
Yeah.
Which actually didn't go badly for you at all when you think about it.
Right.
You probably had the most dramatic and most famous weight loss in bodybuilding history right before the 2018 New York Pro. What did you weigh? It was like 3 days. You dropped like 25 pounds, something like that. Am I right?
Yeah, I was like 245, showed up in New York, and then I had to weigh in at 222.
Wow.
So I was like, oh. And like at 245, like I was going in to do the opens, I probably would have been like 240, like, depleted, dried out and whatnot. But we really had to suck it down to make that. I don't even know how we did it, to be honest.
Oh, it worked. You won the show. It all worked out. And then you've done the Olympia only once so far. You'll be doing it again this year, but you did it as a class physique and you got 8th place. Considering I never considered you I always thought you had a great physique, but did I think you belonged in that division? No, not at all. So it was a neat little experiment. Thank God you went back.
Yeah.
So 2019, you come roaring back into open. 2 shows only. Japan, 3rd place. Romania, 3rd place.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen you on an American or a North American stage even since the 2018 Olympia. Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Do you get a lot of flack from your American and Canadian fans who want to see you compete over here?
Geez, I don't know. I don't think so. Because I try to share as much as I can online. I feel like they get to see, Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, in the old days, when the only way we could see people was at contests, that might have been a real issue. But, man, you got a 1.4 million fans following your every move on Instagram every day. Your YouTube channel is coming up on 300,000 subscribers, and you put out a lot of really good content. It's just your name, everybody. Regan Grimes, if you want to check it out. Tons of. So, you're reaching all the people that need to see you, I guess. One thing I was curious, I did watch the stream of the Europa Pro from Alicante where you got 4th. Very impressed. Very impressed with the progress you made. I know when we spoke, when you first did open shows back in 2017, you were somewhere in the 240s, 242, 244. You look significantly larger. What are you weighing now on stage?
Yeah, now I'm over the 250 mark, so maybe 252, 253. Feeling pretty good at that. I mean, I would like to add on, obviously, I think I can do another 15, for the future. Maybe 15, 20 pounds probably would be good. Yeah.
So when you went to Kuwait, it was November of 2017. I think you were
Mhm.
there. Were you there for like 5 weeks, 6 weeks?
Yeah, 6 to 8 weeks in
Okay,
there.
6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So
Six to eight weeks.
their plan was to get you that large like immediately. They wanted you
Yeah.
to.
Literally. Yeah,
So
like 6 weeks was like 295.
wow,
It's the
wow.
heaviest I'd ever been. I think I showed up like 265, and then in 6 weeks I was like 295. It
What
was
like what's your off season weight now before you started getting ready for these shows?
like 270. I
Okay.
didn't. Yeah, I don't get too crazy. Like I'm 250 on stage. I would float like 265, 270. I think staying around the 20 pounds above your stage weight is probably healthiest. I think.
Yeah, because you were almost 300, and I know they probably wanted you to be like 320, 340.
Oh yeah. They were like, we want you to be like Big Grammy's weight.
Oh boy, dude.
Yeah.
How did it feel to be almost 300 pounds for you?
I think because it was so fast, it was not comfortable, like at all. I think, could my body hold, close to that over time, maybe,
Yeah.
in off season, like say I'm on stage, 275, 270, like I think maybe 290 is not out of the question, in an off season.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
like I said, you've made such great improvements, and you're standing next to some really great guys, and you're trading shots with them. You're an equal. You
Yeah.
know,
Thank you.
your fans. There are some fans that do want to see you competing. They don't just want to see you on Instagram and on YouTube. So,
Right.
would you consider maybe doing a couple of US based shows next year, assuming we're back to normal and shows are happening
Yeah.
again, or Canadian shows? I'm sure that they would love to see you at the Toronto Pro, the Vancouver Pro, shows like that.
Yeah, no, I would love to. I guess a big reason, like my game plan right now was, I got when I did the Spain show, there was still the Chicago show the following week.
Yeah.
So in the points, I was like, I don't know if I got the qualification or not. And it was really, really close. So I had to wait that week out when I stayed here. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I got the qualification. Definitely going to do the Olympia this year. But I want to see if potentially if I can do this Romania show. I'm already ready.
Yeah.
So if I can do this Romania show and get an early qualification for 2021, then I can do the Olympia, take the year, and just be like try to improve as much as I can. So I feel like
everybody had plans for 2020 that had to change or be canceled or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if the Europa Pro, I don't think it was on your, I don't think that show was even originally on the schedule at the beginning of the year, was it?
I don't think so. No, I was going to compete around June, I think,
Yeah.
and then it all hit, and then I just kind of maintain and try to continue to add some size, and then when I found out the show was, then I was okay. Yeah, this is a good time, Yeah.
So what were a couple shows you were looking at before everything went to hell?
Oh, geez, I can't even remember.
So around that time, we would have had like New York Pro, that Boston Pro that never happened.
Yeah,
Indy Pro, maybe Arnold. No, that would have
I think
been
it
early.
was Boston. I think I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Boston Pro. Yeah.
Okay, we could have had you right here in Boston. Damn it.
Would have been nice.
So, how about your training situation? What were you doing during quarantine? Where were you training? Who were you training with?
Yeah, so I'm pretty lucky. Like I have a gym there in Canada where I was able to go in and train. I had to shut the gym down, unfortunately. So like for business, it was closed, but I could go and train. So
we're talking about your gym now, Flexplex Muscle and Fitness in London, Ontario.
Yeah. So it's in London. So I actually ended up closing that gym. It was a big like public gym, and now I've moved it over to. It's about a 20-minute drive to the north side of London, and it's 100 members exclusive, and it's closer to my home and whatnot. So it's called RG Gym. So it's Regan Grimes Gym.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you've been a gym owner since you were 21 years old.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow. And I also saw a lot of video clips Zane Watson was posting up where he was training with you or training you. I couldn't tell what was going on, but how often do you train with Zane?
A bit of both. So we do have this technique where like puts me through the workout, and then I'll put him through a workout, and that way you can just solely focus on, you know, an individual. It's pretty cool. But we try to get together as much as we can. He's in Hamilton, which is about an hour and a bit drive from London. So it's not too bad, but yeah, as much as we can.
Yeah. I mean, from your Instagram, it seems like you're on the road. You're away from home quite a bit. Are you away from your own home a majority of the time, like almost every weekend these days?
Leading up to the show, I was going down and training with Zane. Yeah. And then also Pure Muscle and Fitness, where my coach Dorian, they also have an amazing gym down there too. So yeah, when I'm, you know, getting closer to the show, I like to make sure I'm closer to Dorian and I can see and do check-ins and whatnot. And then Zane, we train really well together. So, you know, being able to push each other into the show is always great.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually getting to know Dorian a little bit. He's everywhere I go these days. With he's got the supplement company HD Muscle, and he's got his separate business, the training company, which he's had even longer. The Team HD, is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Team HD.
How long you been working with Dorian? How did you start working with him, and what do you like about his style of coaching?
Yeah, no, I love training with Dorian. You know, he's very, you know, health conscious. He's been doing this for a long time. So he's really good with the diet and whatnot. So, you know, and we're really close friends too. So it makes it's a lot of fun. And yeah, he's just a good guy. So
you've had other coaches. How long you been with Dorian?
For about 2.5 years, I think. Around 2018, we started working together. Yeah, after the Olympia. Yeah.
What you know, he's good at assessing physiques and figuring out what you need more of, less of. You know, it's hard to pick apart someone at your level, but that's what guys like Dorian are paid to do, and that's what they do very well. What does he want to see more or less of you? What does he want to see improved?
I think a few things. You know, bicep peak is something that I'm trying to work on. I think just more density, you know, throughout, and just when I get up on stage, the critique from the judges is that I start to fade, like as the show goes on. So something that we're trying to do is posing more. You know, practice posing. You know, maybe 20-minute sessions, holding the poses, hold 10 seconds, hit the next one, and practice, and hopefully, you know, that will do me well when I hit the stage next time. So,
okay. Has he offered to hook you up with Flex Wheeler? Because Flex worked with one of his guys, Keon Pearson, and he beat the crap out of Keon and made him. I'll tell you, when I was at that, they worked the hell out of Keon in that judging, and he did not flinch once when the other guys were gassed.
That's great.
They were starting to collapse.
Yeah, he's lined it up. So we're just gonna have to do a Skype call as well. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
You'll have a lot of fun.
I know that's one of the best posers, that's for sure. Yeah.